This is King Noble Black Supremacy. And with this particular video, I want to talk about Blac Youngsta and his depiction of a crucified black Christ. Interesting depiction. Interesting depiction. What I get from this, and I don't know what this photo shoot was for or what his meaning behind this is, but rappers are the new crucifixions. Black rappers are the new crucifixions. And it's a lot of people that can crucify them. The media, the Illuminati, and law enforcement in America. They are being set up to be crucified. The media crucifies them because whatever that happened in their life, whatever mistakes they make or incidents that happen to them is blew up in the media. And they're used as examples for mockery. We can see this back from Tupac and beyond. They're crucified in the media for whatever the purpose that the media has, to make money, subscriptions, advertisements, and just the overall disc jockey or whatever you want to call them coming up and getting notoriety. They're crucified by the Illuminati because they, in a lot of cases, have to give up their sense of self and their soul and their identity to make it big. They really have to crucify themselves, the real person, the real human being, and become the record label's slave or zombie to do the will of the record company. So they're crucified there. And when the record company don't need them anymore, or if they feel like they will make more money by getting rid of these artists, then that's what they will do. They will crucify them. Law enforcement crucifying them because they're making examples, because of what they talk about in their music, that people just really want to hear that bullshit. A lot of people want to hear it. And the record companies is promoting that and pushing that and forcing them into these images and forcing them to push this violence and drugs. Forcing them to present themselves as being ignorant and scums of the black community. The law enforcement then goes and uses them as an example to show their strict enforcement of laws, and on the other hand, capitalize off the ignorance that they promote to build up the prison industrial complex and fill up the prisons with black people who listen to this garbage ass music. And the rappers are crucified by the people for promoting these ideas, and crucified by law enforcement as an example for promoting these ideas that's forced to them by record companies and the mass desires of the people. Fourthly, they're crucified by the IRS, because once they live it up and spend all the money and get the cars and all this of which they're supposed to have to be valuable, to be worth something, they're supposed to be ridiculously materialistic. They're crucified by the financial institutions because at some point they'll be living beyond their means and their overhead itself will take them out of the game. So they'll end up crucified by financial institutions. crucified by prenuptial agreements, alimony, and child support battles. Crucified. So him getting up on this cross was interesting, and to say that all black people are not crucified by similar things, yes, but not all of them and not in the same way. And what makes the rappers' crucifixion so interesting, the black rappers, is because it seems like it's an outlet for dark people to become successful and to make it as being rappers, where all the negative stereotypes about black people, a black person can capitalize off of it. A dark melanated person like Blac Youngsta, Young Thug, 50 Cent, Kodak Black, Bobby Smurda can capitalize off these negative stereotypes. So it's attractive for them to pick this career at. For once, they can be loved and glorified and respected for all the negative stereotypes that's thrusted upon them by living in a system of racism, white supremacy. But they're fooled, because by the same thing that they seek for glorification that will glorify them will be the same thing that will crucify them. So the glory that they really seek is ultimately their own crucifixion, which makes the Tupac story so interesting. It's because the glory that he seeked was his own crucifixion, and the only glory that he could get in the society, in the matrix, would be his own crucifixion. Like Jesus Christ, he got all the glory. The world professes and praises his name. The whole world praises the name of the Son of God. Some even see the Son of God as God himself. But for that glory, he first was persecuted and prosecuted and then crucified and glorified and crucified at the same time. That's the plight of your rapper today. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was very interesting that he depicted himself on this cross, because when you choose to be a black rapper today, you are getting up on a cross. A lot of them wearing the ankh today, but they getting up on a cross to be crucified by the media, their people, the Illuminati, the financial institutions, their family, and it is a trap. And it capitalizes off your self-hate, because now you really hate yourself. Like Kodak Black said, I hate my skin complexion. I only date light women. You really hate yourself. But now you're going to be glorified for your self-hatred, because you play into the negative stereotype that society has about you. And what makes you popular and what makes you sought out is that how well you're able to play into the negative stereotype for black people. And you capitalize off your self-hate. And you're glorified for it. But the same self-hate you have is the same black self-hate and the same hate that the racist white supremacy system has for the black man. And you're ultimately crucified by it. You don't have to worry about just getting crucified by the Illuminati. So many forces of crucifixion for these rappers that move in on their ass. And it's not that deep, and it's not that much of a conspiracy. It's obvious. Very obvious. So I thought this was deep. I had to speak on it. Blac Youngsta on this cross is coming into the same realization that Tupac got. And that's why these rappers say they are the next Tupac, like Young Thug, and compare themselves to Tupac, T.I., because they feel the crucifixion of being the negative stereotype. And even when they try to change and be positive and try to do something positive that's supposed to be in the image of positivity, is being like Christ, like Blac Youngsta is on this cross. And they try to go positive with their career and start putting a message and putting knowledge out. They are still crucified either way it goes. The path of a black rapper today is the path of crucifixion. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnobleuncensored.com. Like this video right now. Thumbs up. Subscribe to my new YouTube page, King Noble Guru. Follow me on Instagram, kingnobleuncensored.c.o.m. Black Supremacy.